Obviously, everyone knows that. They got CJ, who's been playing really good. Their defense flies around. Coached by D'Amico Ryans, who's had a solid defense for the past so many years. So it's going to be a challenge for us. We know they're going to show us different looks, show us things that we probably haven't seen on tape. So we'll be ready for it, but it's going to be a good challenge.
I remember last year after the disappointment, everybody said you had to do more to get back here. Are we starting to see that more reveal itself with this team in the last few games and maybe moving forward?
I think so. Definitely. We were kind of at the same spot last year. Maybe we lost 2 games at this point last year. So we're not too far off. But for us, like all of us say, it's 1 week at a time for us. Last week was a big win, but we're on to Houston this week, and they're a good team. They'll be ready. I think they haven't lost 2 games back-to-back in a while. So they're one of the teams that, after a loss, they come back ready to play. And so we got to be ready. And for us, it's another game. The biggest game of the year for us is this week, and that's the way we're approaching it.
How good does it feel to have JMO back with you?
It feels amazing. Much needed. I feel like he's going to bring a huge spark to our offense. Finally, no more rain conditions. We're not going to be, Tennessee was kind of an odd game, but hopefully this game we can kind of get back in rhythm again on offense. Having him back is going to be huge for us. So we're excited. I know he is too.
How amazed are you with the level of play from Jared Goff right now?
Yeah, it's been fun to be a part of, honestly, to be a receiver in this offense and to be able to watch him, catch his balls, pause, but be a part of everything. It's been amazing. And honestly, I feel like during the game you don't even realize that he's playing that well till after the game, and you get to see the stats and people talking. So during the game, you're just in the flow of things. You're just playing, trying to win the game, but it's not till after the game where you realize, man, this guy's, and he's doing it each and every week. This guy's playing at an elite level, and he's part of the reason why, why we're 7-1 right now.
Is there a moment maybe in the preparation during the week, and you're in the game planning stage where you look at something and you go, oh man, I can't wait to try this. This is definitely going to work. Are there feelings like that in the room?
Yeah, there's definitely plays where, we get excited that, we get to run out and practice, see if they work. If they do work, we're ready to call it during the game. I know Ben for sure is, but there's plays every week up like that, that us as players get excited. I know coaches get excited about it too. And I think that's the fun part about football is you get to do different things. The game is so dynamic. Run, pass, different formations, shifts. I mean, you can get to different plays, trick plays. There's so many different things you can do in football. That's why I feel like this game is so great. You
and Jared have had a good connection since you guys have come here. Just what is different about this year's? How has that relationship kind of grown from year over year?
Yeah, it's been I feel like growing every year since I've gotten here, really since my rookie year. I think each and every year we kind of, obviously you want to think you get better every year and you're growing and you're understanding defenses and things like that. But for us, I feel like, I understand what he's seeing out there. I feel like I know what he likes as a route runner, things that he wants us to do, whether it's come back to the football, things like that. And he knows how I like to run my routes, things that I'm seeing, how I run different routes in the offense. So he can anticipate throws really easily. And so I think just things like that, having that chemistry, playing with him now for 4 years definitely helps. Throwing with him in the offseason, whether it's pre-practice, during practice, routes on the side, things like that always help. So we're always trying to work on things like that, and I feel like it's showing on Sundays, and we just got to keep it going.
Seems like every week you guys are on pace to break a new record. I mean, right now you guys are on pace to finish with one of the top 6 offenses in NFL history. Alex Ben Johnson just thought about that when I asked you, when you hear something like that, what does that give you? Any sense of pride, or you feel like it's another gear you guys can hit?
I feel like we get, definitely always feel like there's another gear we can hit as an offense, but we just want to continue to win games. That's the biggest thing. Whether we score 2 points and the other team scores 0, or we score 100 and they score 99. All we want to do is win games here, and whatever it takes for us as an offense to win. And typically, the more points you score, the higher chances are of winning the game. So for us, it's how can we get more points? How can we get more yards, more explosive plays? And yeah, as an offense, our job is to score points, so we just got to go out there and try to score as many as we can.
Did you practice that touchdown celebration? And what goes through your mind just beforehand? Because, you pulled it off pretty well.
Yeah, thank you. I actually didn't practice it. as a kid, I remember just doing like handstands and headstands. Not really headstands, but handstands. I would do those as a kid. So I knew it wasn't going to be too hard. I saw the clip on my phone, and I was like, all right, I'm doing it tomorrow. And so sure enough, when I scored, I did it. And like I said, once I did it, I knew it was gonna look pretty cool.
So your wins over Green Bay and Minnesota have kind of put you guys on the inside track for the #1 seed. Is that something that is a goal of your guys this season, is getting that #1 seed, that home field advantage throughout the bye?
Definitely. I think it's definitely one of our goals. Obviously, we want to win the division. That's probably the biggest thing. But, you know, I think it's a little too far right now to be looking at #1 seed. We're just trying to take it one game at a time. But I do remember finishing last year and remembering, you know, after the NFC Championship loss, we felt like we told ourselves, you know, we want to get that #1 seed next year and have that home field advantage, because I feel like it does make a difference, especially with the fans that we have here in Detroit. To be able to play home games in the playoffs is huge. It gives you that advantage, and so that's definitely something that I feel like we want here. But like I said, I feel like that's a little too far to look at right now. We're just worried about, you know, one game at a time, keep doing that until the time comes.
Houston's best defense has had some success this year. What do they do right, and kind of how do they challenge you?
Yeah, they get they get to the quarterback really well. A lot of sacks, a lot of negative plays. You know, I think they're top 5 in total yards allowed, and you know, on defense. So they're a good group. DBs play hard, tackle. Linebackers play hard. The D-line, like I said, get after the quarterback. They stop the run. So they're a physical team. They run and hit. And with any defense, I feel like if you're a team that runs around and flies to the football, you're going to be a pretty good defense. You know, effort is a huge thing on defense, and they show that all over the tape. So we got to be ready, whether it's in the run game, blocking these guys, or in the pass game, trying to get open, because they do have some guys that are sticky.
Any impression of Derek Stingley?
What's up?
Any impression of Derek Stingley and
Yeah,
how he plays?
He's a good player. You know, I remember watching him at LSU, and watching him just, you know, in the league. He's been making a lot of plays. So I'm excited.
It's a little random, but how have you learned to adjust to the cold, man? It's getting a little colder here in Michigan throughout the tenure from starting off here to now.
Yeah.
How have you learned to adjust to that a little bit, man? Cali guy.
I don't know if I'll ever adjust to the cold. You know, we'll have cold practices out here, and it'll be like 50 degrees. I'll have my hand warmer, everything. Everyone's looking at me like, Cali boy. I'm like, bro, I need to be warm. Like, I can't. My hands get cold. I don't like that. So I don't know if I ever adjust to the cold. We don't spend too much time in the cold when I'm in the facility, unless I'm walking to my car. That's really it. Or we're practicing outdoors or playing outdoors. But we play indoors for the most part. We only have like 3 outdoor games this year, which is a blessing. So, like I said, I don't know if I ever get used to it, but it is what it is.